Time for Hotspot Metals, the spot for precious metals news, views, education and research.
Hey everybody, this is Chris with Hotspot Metals in Chicago. Actually just outside Chicago now on the highway. We're headed to a local coin show in Palatine, Illinois. Okay, looks like we made it. And we'll be inside in a couple of minutes. I just purchased this 100 million mark as an example of inflation. This gentleman has a better explanation for it.
Well, first of all, it's not a million mark, it's a billion mark.
It's a billion.
Yes, million or din.
It is 100 millions.
Yeah.
So it's a billion mark. I see.
Yes.
I see. And you showed me some other interesting things about the Weimar Republic.
During the inflationary period in the 1920s, this is 1922 is the date on this one.
All right.
This note was printed as 1,000 mark, but as the inflation was going up so fast, by the time they got these printed, they just stuck them back in the press and overprinted them, turned the 1,000 mark into a million mark. And then they issued the notes. At that time in the German economy, a mark was worth nothing. The old saying was, it took a wheelbarrow full of marks to buy a loaf of bread. Wow. And if you were using 1,000 mark notes, it probably would take a wheelbarrow full of them.
And you said people would get their pay in the morning?
They get paid at lunchtime.
Oh, get paid at lunchtime.
And they'd run home and give their wives their pay for the day, and the wife would go out and spend it immediately, because by evening time, the inflation would have gone up so much that the money would have lost value already.
Wow.
So, a million marks at that time was worth very, very little.
Well, it's worth a lot more today because, first of all, I bought this one, but I'd also like to buy one of these.
Okay, I'd be glad to pull one out for you.
And do you want to say anything about your business?
It's not a business, it's a hobby.
It's a hobby. Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing this since, I started collecting coins and paper money when I was probably 9 or 10 years old. I started cutting grass for people when I was 9 years old.
And now he's got a table 50 foot long.
And people would pay me with unusual coins or paper money, and I would set it aside. When I was 10 years old, mowing people's lawns for them.
Great. Well, I'm just acquiring the bug and the passion, and I think that's the right way to go.
It's fun. It's history. And it's interesting, and that's what gives history meaning. You can talk about history all you want to, but here's something that is actually a piece of history.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. And the history around currencies and the way they've moved the world is amazing.
Yeah. Do you know how far back coins go?
Actual precious metal coins?
Not even precious metal. Bronze coins in China go back to 600 to 900 BC.
Wow.
Some of the first coins that they made in China were made out of bronze, of course, and they were made to look like a knife, because before they had coinage, they traded bronze tools for bronze tools. You have a bronze plow, I need a plow. I got 5 knives, I give you 5 knives for 1 plow.
Okay,
it took me 4 knives to make a plow, so now I can make another plow, and I have 1 knife as profit.
So they'd actually melt down the bronze to make whatever they wanted, and that was the
recast it into
currency.
whatever they wanted to make it into.
Incredible.
And then one of the emperors decided, hey, we can make money by making money. You've heard the term cash?
Yeah.
You know that means money?
I didn't know that.
Cash, cash is an ancient Chinese word. It means 1 unit of money.
I did not know
Now, the
that.
exact translation, I'm not sure.
So would you say China was the origin of coins then? Or?
There are ancient Middle Eastern coins but I don't believe any of them go back as far as the ancient Chinese. The ancient Greek coins go back to 200, 300, 400 BC.
And what did you say? 800, 900?
600, 900 year BC
Wow.
for the Chinese coins.
Wow.
I've had coins that were over 600 BC.
Great. Great. Well, this is really incredibly interesting, and now I'm going to put the camera down and reach in my pocket and get myself another very interesting piece of currency that represents what can happen when our monetary system goes wild, right?
Hopefully our monetary system won't ever go this wild.
Let's hope not. Thanks again for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, that was a really fun trip for me to the local coin show. I ended up buying an Engelhard Prospector as well. I only need one because I have a one of each collection on the side just for fun, along with my silver bullion savings. That was, got a pretty good deal on that. I did buy a couple of paper currencies, which my very first, I don't own any, but they're historic and interesting, and they've got a great story to them, as you heard from the gentleman. I hope you enjoyed the trip there with me, and we'll do this again sometime. Until then, this is Chris with Hotspot Metals, signing off.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and look for special offers at hotspotmetals.com.